This is Spain Image Comics, my first review of an Image comic. And it is fitting because wasn't this the first Image comic? Not this, this came out this week. The book. Wasn't Spain the first Image comic? Because I think it was, maybe. This is issue 292. Getting close to 300, innit? Would that make Spain the longest running Image title as well? Because what issue is the Walkie Zumbas up to? Because I think that one might have overtaken Spain. Good cover. I don't know if this is a variant or if it is the main cover. Really like this artist though, Frank Matthews. He does a lot of the Batman Who Does a Laugh variant covers at DC. But on YouTube, Anthony Price from Atari Press, he has been doing a load of videos about how Frank Matthews copies a lot of other people's art. And that's a shame. But, you know what? Fucking looks great, doesn't it? I would be honoured if he had took one of my pictures and made it look as good as he does. But maybe, Frank Matthews, if you're gonna do it, ask permission first. Because, I imagine most people, they would just be flattered. Anyway, Spain. Written by Todd McFarlane. Sadly not drawn by him. Spain is the only Image comic I really read. And I didn't always manage to get it every month. In all fairness, it doesn't always manage to come out every month either. But I didn't really want to support Image Comics because of John Layover and Brie Larson's granddad and others as well, horrid little people. But Todd McFarlane, utter professional, and he is one of my most favouriteest artists. There was one other Image book I used to like. It was called The Realm. But I did do a drop of that because of Image, because of John Layover, because of Brie Larson's granddad, because of all the horrible little bullies that Image Comics happily employ. Spain though, I probably will stick with at least another 300. I want to see what they do for that. Spain is interesting because it got better. It started off, it had a good first issue, but then it kind of was just so-so. And even when he was drafting in big name writers like Adam Moores and Hank Miller and Nigel Sandman, Van Morrison, he did a 3-parter as well. It still wasn't really working for us. Adam Moores, his issue was interesting, but the rest, not really. I think the problem was that the ideas, they weren't that good. Spain is a good idea. He is a good character. He is a good design. He is visually interesting. But the other ideas in his book, like the villains and the mythology, they were never anywhere near as good as Spain. And Spain had a lot of potential, but he seemed to want to focus more on that sort of stuff. But the book got better. The last few years of Spain have been good. It focuses more on Spain rather than supporting characters or the villains, and it seems to have realised that Spain is what people want to see more of. He is the star attraction. We still do have a Zumba gorilla in this, but now wrong with that. I do call Mr. Shenanigans on this. Using art that isn't finished and passing it off like it is meant to be this way. Like this is a style. This is just pencil work. There's no colours, and I didn't appreciate cheating like this. We are gearing up for a big story that is a war between heaven and hell. And obviously this is going to be central to the 300th issue. And at the minute, Spain, he is raising an army of zombies to fight for him. And he wants to see someone that is in a coma who knows some things. And the background there, another cheat. It's a shame, really. Todd McFarlane, he has been doing this pretty consistently since Spain issue number 1, the newsreader scenes, clearly inspired by Batman, The Black Knight Returns. And I didn't mind it really, because it's clear where his inspiration comes from. It's like not a rip-off, it's just very clearly inspiration from Batman, The Black Knight Returns. And whoever this newsreader is, she is pretty. BBC News. Maybe I should start watching the BBC more, because she is gorgeous. And she is clearly traced. And the artist, again, he is cheating with all the backgrounds. They're just traced photos. Or, you know what? I think these are just photos that have been photoshopped to look like comic backgrounds. That is fucking ridiculous. We've got a newspaper down here. President lies to America. Same shit, different day. Am I right? And down there we have got Vladimir Putin. This is getting political, but it's not bad at it. I mean, well, the question is, do you want political representation out of comics, or do you want political agenda out of comics? I will consider this to be the former. This is political representation. This isn't necessarily political agenda. I mean, yes, there is the president lies to America, but that is representing the left, I suppose, or how it probably would or could be reported in real life. And these newsreaders, they didn't all mirror the same leftist ideology. Like the pretty woman, she seems non-biased, which is tremendously inaccurate if this is meant to be the BBC. And this guy, he is left, I suppose. I just didn't consider this problematic agenda. This is reflective of the news. I would be interested to hear if you do think that this is bad, and if you do think this is bad, well, just look at her. She's stunning. We have got some more cheating here. We've got out of focus stuff there, no background, loads of shadows. I mean, stylistically, all this, it's not bad. It doesn't take you out of the story. It's just a bit cheap. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and pick apart the art like in that Defenders issue, cause this, I feel this is an actual style. It's on a technical front, it's not good, but it works with the book and it's consistent. Spain, he guns and he talks with a Dracula and more unfinished layouts here. And Spain, he wants to come out on top of the war between heaven and hell. He wants to be like the top dog. So Spain, he fights the Dracula and he kills it. And then we've got a nice little bit here where Spain says thank you to his mate. So Spain, he goes to the hospital and he pulls the plug on the bloke in the coma. To be continued. And then we have got all the adverts at the back. Scum, don't know, and finally toys. This comic, I like this. You might think I'm going to be more unforgiving because of the art. The artist, he is using so many tricks, a lot of tracing. This is an artist who pretty much 100% is tracing almost everything. But I didn't mind. If it's consistent and it works, it's not an issue for me. I think stylistically, this is fine. It works for Spain. This is a good look, I suppose. It's a bit like Gregory Landsman. I love Gregory Landsman. I think he is brilliant. And all he ever does is trace porn. And people hate him. But I think that is legitimately his style. It is good. If this is this artist's style, tracing everything, well, this guy is technically unprofessional. I wouldn't want to see him on Captain America or Justice League or any other book really. Even, like, you could say that this style, it would work for Batman or Daredevil, but that would bother us. But him on Spain, it doesn't bother us. I think it is fine for Spain. I rate this comic 7 thumbs up.